Welcome to Esalen Live, where we chat with change agents and swim deep waters in an ongoing exploration of human potential. I'm Christine Chen. Have you ever tried to sound out who you are and the type of impact that you want to make? Well, today's guests on Esalen Live are experts on sound, specifically the voice. The brothers Koren, Isaac, and Torald chat with us today about voice vitality and our connection with spirit. And we say hello, and we also notice that we have a brother, but not brothers, Koren. Hello to Isaac. Hi.
Hello, Christine, and to everyone. Yes, my brother wishes he could be here, but he's feeling a little under the weather today, so he is taking care of himself, which is good, and he said he'll make it up to us.
Yeah.
So for now, I'm blessed and grateful to be here with you having this conversation.
It is wonderful to see you, and we give our best to Torald to just feel
Thank you.
better at this
Thanks.
time. Everything happens, it just happens, and we just work with it the best we can. So glad to have you. I wanted to chat with you a little bit, and if you have any questions for Isaac and the voice and finding out who you are through the voice, the impact you want to make, float it into the chat and also send him a little love. We have those beautiful heart emojis and thumbs up emojis
Hmm.
to give us a little encouragement for what we're talking about. So this is about the voice as an instrument of change, is something you're really passionate about. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. Well, the voice we've discovered, my brother and I were on a beautiful journey in the music world, and so the voice was huge to us, and that led us to this calling to write for others. And we thought it was in the music business, but we quickly found out that it was for all voices that we were curious about.
Share more about that.
Well, we just had an inner sense that we wanted to write for others, and we found ourselves in rooms writing for insert big name here, and a little bit frustrated, a little bit not really feeling aligned. And
Mm,
so we looked at each other and we said, well, if it's not this, what is it? Because we've got young families. We've moved out from New York City to LA to follow this calling. So we better figure out what it is. And so the next day we got hopelessly lost on the way to a writing session in Beverly Hills. And we got this download that really was to follow, to become someone's brother, to really kind of get to know them in a way, and to really hear their voice, to hear their music, to really understand what makes them sing.
mm,
And then from that place, that that aligned place, that embodied place, then write songs, and
mm.
create, co-create, collaborate. And
What?
so, yeah, it really turned into someone asked us to do it, work with them as a first-time singer, and it kind of turned into a snowball effect of us learning about the voice through this journey that we've been doing for the last 6 years. And after hundreds of voices and thousands of songs later, we kind of discovered, we woke up really to the power of the voice in the human, and really it's something we're still students of, but we love to kind of bring people back to this power and vulnerability that exists in the human voice. And we all were born with this gift to voice out and to sound out what it sounds like to be us and alive.
Yeah.
And we know that when we call people we love and that say they're our best friends, we don't even have to say who it is. Sometimes if we say who it is, they're like, yeah, I know who it is. So we have a distinct resonance.
Mm.
And so
You
when
know,
we
it's,
connect back to that, yeah.
I'm sorry, finish your sentence.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'll tell you, like, from my perspective, the voice for me was a few years ago was really healing. I never would sing in public because I think a long time ago I had a teacher who told me that my voice was terrible.
Oh, sorry.
Right. So I remember this, and like she's like, you really shouldn't sing except in a group. But then later on, through yoga, I started playing harmonium, and it just flew out of me. This like love came out of my voice in my classes. And then the
Hmm.
people singing together, it was just like this collective love that became bigger than just one voice or a couple voices. It was just like bigger than ourselves. So
Hmm.
through the voice, how do we discover who we really are to make noise and sound that helps impact others? Like that was my journey, but I want to hear about yours in affecting others, and then also how we can practice this or work through this on our own.
Wow, it's a beautiful question. Uh, Well, even the ancients knew that there was so much that transpires and transforms in the voice. You know, it's our greatest influence in our life in a way. We weren't born with claws or any other thing. We have these powerful voices, but also it's vulnerable, meaning it's so easy to shut us down. Just like you shared, Christine, one word from somebody can shut our voice down. And so it's important that we are consciously aware of the ways in which we're being inhibited. And so once we move through and kind of parent, have compassion and move through, it's like parts work in a way with the elements of our voice. You know, different voices, like you're not good enough, you don't, you know, you're not worthy. You know, all of these different voices got to be perfect. It's unsafe to sing, you know, or you're too much, dim down. You know, all these little voices in us, you know, end up becoming webs that we get caught in with our expression. So once we kind of embolden or parent those voices, get down on a knee and really hear them out and even express them. You know, some of our favorite songs of all time are from those small voices, from that pain, trauma. So, you know, really going through that, and then, you know, allowing your distinct voice to be heard. We call it your big voice. And so, you know, can you hear your uniqueness and recognize it, be the witness, and have an experience rather than, you know, have a performance. You know, we get lost in this conversation around, you know, showing our voice, that we can sing, and it's all about getting it right, getting it perfect, having a performance rather than having an experience of yourself, and then being witnessed and being curious, staying curious about how it feels at all times.
Mm.
You know, I think we might find, if we really look, that all of the greatest singers of all time were really good at having an embodied experience so that we could all tune in with them, you know.
Right. That's very true because like some of the people that we're fans of in terms of singers are not necessarily the most technical singers, but the ones that are authentically themselves. So from this
Yeah.
place that you described so beautifully, and you at home, if this is resonating with you, please send us, you know, your heart emojis because we're gonna just try to sound out from the heart right now. Um, would you, Isaac, lead us in what it might feel like to go through this practice of sounding out your authentic self?
Mm. Yes. Well, let's all just kind of, wherever you are right now, whether you're watching this later or right now, if you could just close your eyes and come back inward, allow your awareness to drift inward, and notice that you are 50% receptive and 50% expressive. And so your listening is key here. And just be aware of your hearing. What are you hearing? Send your hearing outside the room you're in. Notice any sounds. See if you can feel them as sound. And now bring your listening inside the room you're in. Feel any sounds in your room now. And now bring your hearing to the edges of your body. So you're hearing my voice with the hairs standing on end, on your legs, on your toes, on your hands, your neck, top of your head. And now just bring your listening inside to that eternal beat in your heart. You can put a hand on your heart and just feel that rhythm that is constant, changing but constant. And that is the beat, the rhythm, the ones and zeros of your sound, of your voice. And so your voice is just a magnifier to all the different sounds that are going on in your body at any time. They just so happen to resonate particularly in your throat, but your whole body is your instrument. And so now breathe in, put your hand, move your hand to your belly button, and breathe in to your other part of your reception, which is your breath. And breathe out and create that ocean sound on the back of your throat. And in that sound, hear all sounds, the white noise of creation. Just feel that energy building up as you, my brother Tarod likes to call it, get fat and happy. And you create this balloon or bagpipe experience in your belly, behind your belly button, that power center in you. Really push it out now and feel that power. Now bring your awareness back to your heart, your hand over your heart. And we're going to use the sonics anatomy sound that we created with Eileen Day McCusick, an incredible science and healer mind biofield tuner expert. We created this human anatomy, we call it. And the sound for the heart, or at least the front of the heart, is Ya. And so we just want you to kind of bring awareness to your heart and all that is for you, and sound it out from you, from your heart, any sound, Ya. And just really feel that opening, unfurling energy in your heart. Any sound. Yeah. You can find a lower sound. Yeah. And one more. Yeah. Yeah. Just welcoming yourself, acknowledging how you feel now, just being curious about what is the feeling now. And that's really the language of singing for us, is all about how did it feel and how did it sound, and being curious about both.
If you enjoyed that, or led to be more curious about yourself by that exercise that we just did with Isaac Koren, please give us a little thumbs up, a little comment. How do you feel? What was your experience? We'd love to hear about it. And while we're waiting for maybe a few people to weigh in on that, does it have to be so mellow? Because I found myself going, yeah.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Doesn't. I guess I like to be a calming force on a lot of people we get to have the privilege of working with are terrified of using their voice. And so I like to be at least, neutral. But yeah, it's a calming, it has a calming effect, especially Ya for me. But we like to, especially in person and at an Esalen, we like to really find moments where we rewild the voice and find all of the centers. And some energy wants to be let go and fully expressed and be chaotic and crazy. And so we definitely hold a safe space for all walks of all life, whether it's terrified to sing or I just need a safe space to be all that I am, And so, yes, we love to hold a space for all of that and know that some of those first stages are, hey, can we just go really slow here? Because I've been
makes so
waiting
much
for this
sense.
all my life. Yeah.
Right. That makes so much sense. And I was thinking, like, because mine came out as joy, I think it's like from what I just told you about my journey, I'm just happy to be able to feel okay in all of that. But it's definitely a journey.
Mm.
And that's what you're going to take people on with Torald at Esalen. The Embodied Voice is the name of the workshop with the brothers Koren. Run, register, the two of them together. We're also going to reach out to Torald when he feels a little bit better, and we'll get some content on maybe either this channel or another. So look for that. And you have more workshops than this one coming up in the future, right, Isaac?
Yes, we feel so blessed. We're going to explore the creative process in the summer. So stay tuned for more info on that.
Yeah. So we say goodbye for now. From the heart, thank you. Thank you so much. Everyone, thank you very much for joining Brenda says, very releasing. Continue to comment on the chat box here for this particular exercise that Isaac Koren just took us through. Maybe you just want to write "yeah." That's okay too. Have a great day, everybody. The Brothers
Thank you.
Koren. Run, register. Bye.